of the Muscle Memory Podcast. I am your host, Sean. This podcast here is going to be talking about strictly gaming and fitness because that's what I do. I am a gamer who lifts. That's just about it. I'm just here to talk, have fun, interact with you guys, hopefully build some great relationships along the way. So let's get right into it. All right, so our first topic of the day is going to be busting common gym myths. I see these going around a lot, and I just want to debunk some of them so you guys don't get misled when you guys go to the gym, especially if you're a beginner. Stay away from these things. So one of them is going to be that you have to be in the gym for 3 hours, 7 days a week, lifting crazy amounts of weight, and that's the only way you're going to see gains. That is extremely inaccurate and extremely bad for your body. No one should be lifting that often because you need rest days. You have to prioritize your rest and your well-being, especially if you want to see growth. You got to take your days to just sit down, relax, let everything regenerate and rebuild. So with that, that also comes with having a routine in the gym and knowing what you need to do each day in the gym, having that set out before you even go there. It's called having a split, basically. Just meaning that this day I do this day I do that, this day I stay away from that because I'm doing these things. So how that would go in a normal week for me, I work out 5 days a week. So I do chest and a little bit of bicep on Mondays. I do back and a little bit of bi on Tuesday. Wednesdays, I'll do legs, maybe some abs. Thursdays, I usually circle back to chest. I'll probably make that just a strict arm day depending on how I'm feeling. And then Fridays, probably just more back. I usually take a little bit more time to focus on my chest just because in my case, that's just something that I lack on a little bit. So I try to train that with as much intensity as possible. But it just comes with having your own routine again. So myth number one, you do not need to be in the gym for 3 hours at a time, saying that that's the only way you're going to make gains. There are much better ways to do it without destroying your body. Myth number two is that cardio is the best way to lose weight. I'm not going to say cardio is a bad way to lose weight, but I'm not going to say it is the best way to lose weight, if that makes sense. Cardio is a really good way to lose weight if you're not into weight training. But at the same time, losing weight comes with consistency and eating right and sleeping right and making sure that you're actually, working out and making sure that, you're actually taking care of yourself. It doesn't come just strictly with cardio. You'll lose some weight off of doing cardio, off of, your runs and your Stairmasters, your ellipticals, your bikes, all that good stuff. And if you're just into building your gas tank up, by all means, go crazy with the cardio. But if you're somebody that's trying to cut down and gain a considerable amount of muscle at the same time, you can't just strictly do cardio and expect to get crazy results in terms of losing weight. And I'm not saying that as a diss on cardio or anything. I'm just saying it's not the best way to lose weight, and it's not the only way to lose weight either. Because it always starts in the kitchen and with what you're eating. And myth number three. Let's see. There's a lot that I can think of. I'm just trying to think of one that's good for this right now. If you're not a certain weight, you can't lift a certain weight. Now, a lot of people don't, in my experience, a lot of people don't really experience it, but in my experiences of going to the gym, I have, just because I am a lighter guy and a shorter guy. I'm 180 at 5'9", so sometimes I'll get a comment of, hey bro, I don't think you should be able to pick that up, you shouldn't be picking that up, that's a little bit heavy for you, no? And it'll be something like a 225 pound squat, or a 315 squat, or a 405 deadlift, or anything like that. Those are apparently weights that people, in their minds, restrict to the bigger, taller guys, like the bodybuilder type guys. So don't be discouraged by the people that don't expect you to to lift as much because you're smaller. Because at the end of the day, you can always make them believers, and you can make believers out of haters any day of the week. Me personally, I embrace the hate, and I embrace it as a challenge. I like people telling me that I can't do something, because I like just shoving it right back in their face, like, hey, yeah, I can. So, yeah, being a certain weight and height does not matter. It is in you to pick the weight up. You just gotta believe in yourself. All right, on our next topic, going back to your food, starting your wellness and losing weight starting in the kitchen. That also goes for gaining weight. So let's talk about nutrition. Nutrition is a really important part of working out, especially depending on what kind of working out you're trying to do and what your end result is. If you're somebody like me and you're trying to bulk, high in protein, I eat a lot of protein, I eat a lot of vegetables, and then I do maybe a starch and a carb on the side. So my regular meal consists of ground turkey, rice, probably green beans, and then maybe like a slice or two of bread. Just so I have basically every every food group isolated in its own little space in that one meal. That way I don't have to worry about getting an extra snack or anything at the end of the day when I'm trying to sleep or anything like that. But a lot of it also does come with discipline and keeping yourself accountable, holding yourself responsible for the things that you put in your body. You have to have control of what it is you're eating. You have the ability to tell yourself no. You just have to endure the pain of what it is you're doing. Because sometimes the food isn't going to be that good, but the result that you're looking for doesn't really require that the food taste the best. It's meant as sustenance for your body. But if you're trying to cut, I haven't gone on a cut basically ever because I've always been a lighter guy. So I've always been, ever since I've been in the gym, I've been slowly bulking. I've only recently taken it seriously, which is why I've been eating cleaner. But if you're going on a cut, I would say from the guys that I've seen go on cuts, people that I work with and train with, caloric deficits are definitely a way to go, just meaning that you drop your calorie intake considerably from what you would normally eat. So let's say that you normally would eat 1,400 calories in a day. You would drop that down to around 1,100. You're now in the caloric deficit. I think I'm saying that word wrong. Deficit. There it is. Not deficit. Deficit. So once you drop your calories down, your body will soon grow accustomed to it and start to shed the weight as well. Well, it won't shed the weight, but it'll shed fat, which will in turn bring your muscles out more. And if you're also working out properly, you'll gain a substantial amount of lean muscle while you're cutting. So you'll be losing weight while getting toned at the same time, if that makes sense. Whereas if you're bulking, you're just trying to put on mass, or you're doing what I'm doing, which is called a lean bulk, which means you're eating clean still, or you're eating more on the cut side of lean, or clean, and you're trying to put on muscle mass, but keep your definition, if that makes sense. And it is also normal to see a strength decrease if you're going on a cut, and a strength increase if you're going on a bulk. It's just, I don't really know how to explain. I think it's a bit of an energy boost because you're putting more food in your body, and food is energy for your body. So going on a cut, it takes some of that energy out, and it takes a minute for your body to get used to it. So you do lose some of your strength, not all of it, but you probably won't be as strong in some of your lifts as you're used to. Whereas if you go on a bulk, you gain a bit more mass, you gain a little bit more muscle, you put on a little bit more weight, you get a little bit more energy in you from the food that you're eating, and you should be able to push a little bit more. You should be seeing a little bit more strength in your lifts. Maybe a considerable amount, depending on how crazy a bulk you're going on. And finally, let's talk about probably the most important thing when it comes down to working out, which is your mental toughness. Now, working out alone and just getting out of the bed to say, hey, we're going to go work out is a mental battle as itself. A lot of people do not want to go work out. A lot of people avoid the gym. A lot of people are anxious to go to the gym. They're afraid of it. They just do not want to go. Or they want to go and they're scared of being judged and ridiculed and being laughed at because they're new to it, or because maybe they're overweight or they're underweight. They just don't want to be, outcast or judged or shamed or anything like that. And a lot of that, a lot of getting past that starts with you. I say this to someone who kind of just like hopped into the gym scene without really knowing what I was doing. I wasn't really scared to do it, but I have worked with people who have been scared to hop into it, and the mental fortitude that you have to have and the mental toughness that you have to say, I'm willing to look weird and out of place for a while I'm learning this and while I'm doing this for the first time, or if I'm trying something new. Because for a lot of people, they are trying something new. They're doing something that they've never done before in going to the gym. Maybe they were a person that just like worked out at home and did push-ups and sit-ups, which is great, just regular bodybuilders and all that good stuff. And maybe they're like, okay, I want to actually put on some mass. I want to get a bit more defined. Let's go to a gym. Let's pick up some weights. Let's see what that does for me. And the thought of that for some people is just really, really overwhelming. And the process of getting over that can be a lot for some people. So I just want to remind you that at the end of the day, if you even think about going to the gym, you're a bit stronger than some people, and you're a bit stronger than you realize. And even if you just go to the gym and sit in the parking lot, and you just watch everybody else go into the gym, you're watching other people, get after it, and being in that environment, being in an environment full of people who are trying to get to a certain place, who are trying to grow and get better, sooner or later it will inspire you to go into the gym and be one of those people who are trying to be better. Because if you have that thought in your mind of, I want to go to the gym, I want to work out, I want to do this, I want to do that, at the end of the day, you do care about yourself, you do care about your health, and you do want to get better. It just all starts with you and being okay with not being the best as soon as you start. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this was episode 1 of the Muscle Memory Podcast. I appreciate you guys so much for watching this episode, listening to this episode, whether it was on SoundCloud or on YouTube. I appreciate you guys so much for stopping by today. Hopefully I'll see you guys again next week on Wednesday. Hopefully I have co-host Adam here. If not, it'll still be me. I'll still be rocking with you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.